Curious advertisement. A hellhound's mad gallop through the shadows of a serial murder. An executed man's graveyard resurrection in the dead of night. And a commonplace killing in a small, forgotten room at the edge of town. There is, naturally, always another side to every case, of which most remain ignorant. And it is that other side which compels me to the scene of the crime, Wilson. So quickly now, take your hat and let's be on our way, my dear fellow. For our adventure is not over yet. Come, the game is afoot.
There we go. Just putting on something in the background. I don't know why. I'm that kind of person. I just like to have stuff in the background for some reason. Oh, good. I was wondering because I realized I changed that so you could see stuff on Rune Factory. But I was wondering if I actually now cover the screen, but it does not. You're capable of seeing that. That's good. 8 days after that, earth-shattering trial. So a week after that, okay, and Kazuma regained his memory. We were in the foyer of the London's most luxurious hotels, the Great Waterloo Hotel. Also, for those who are interested, boop, I have this. So I have 2 goals down there, as you can see. One is a donation goal for if you want to see me do more VR streams, because I only have this mic, which picks me up very great like this, but not like in all the other directions. That doesn't work for VR, really. I'm pretty certain the mic on my VR headset is absolutely shit, so I thought of actually getting something that sounds good. I have a sub goal for playing Elden Ring, just because I just wanted to have something there. Like, I could have done like the Elden Ring for something else, like a follower goal or something. But when I reached affiliate, I thought, like, I just want to have something, like a small little goal. Because there are many people that have my, like, 10 or something. Oh, well, at the same time, should I lower that? I feel 8 might be a good, but at the same time not. I don't know. I might change that, because it doesn't really have any meaning other than I just wanted to have something there. The other in the chat are follower goals. We are about... I think it was 4... No, wait, is it 3 now? No, it's 4 left. There are 4 followers left until I will do a scary video stream. But let's go with the voices now. Professor Mikotobak is due to arrive at any moment.
Yes, I'm so glad we got here in time.
For some reason, the game sound is so loud for me. The problem is, like, it doesn't change depending on what I have here, because for some reason I captured the desktop. The subtle sound hasn't been the same since what happened.
The truth about Kazuma-sama's father.
Yes, for those who doesn't know, last time Kazuma got back his memories, and apparently he came to London to become a lawyer, but also to either find his father or find out about his father. And apparently his father was the famous serial killer, the Doctor. And more or less literally just ended up with him cutting the wax model of his father. Jesus. That he was actually the mass murderer, the professor, you mean? I knew that's what she was thinking about. There's a good chance, I'll say. I mean, they did come here to London together 16 years ago, didn't they?
Yes, that's true.
Come to think of it, didn't you say that Professor Mikotobak knew about Kazuma going missing in Hong Kong as well?
That's right, but for some reason he wasn't at the liberty to talk with me about it.
That probably means he knows then. About Kazuma showing up here in London with amnesia. And that he's regained his memories now. Yeah, apparently they knew he was actually alive. Yo, 9! Hello! I'm fine, how are you? Welcome to the stream. I love that emote, it's such a good emote. I absolutely love that. It's such a like hysterical like speed on it. But yeah, I'm fine. Just done some schoolwork today. Came home, just baked a bit. Now I'm streaming. But how are you? How are you, 9? How is your day or evening or morning? I have no idea, actually. I don't know who this is. Oh, father. Oh, that's the father. Who is the guy beside him? Wait, is that a judge? Hello, Susato. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. We're delighted you arrived safe and sound.
I kind of forgot his voice, actually. I kind of forgot what his voice was. I'm pretty certain that guy to the left is actually the judge. Hello, Mr. Marudo. Very kind of you to take the trouble to meet us here. No, not at all. It's my pleasure. I don't think we have met this guy, perhaps, because there is actually a question mark. Tomorrow is my last exam before vacation. Oh, it is the judge. I thought I recognized the shape of his beard, but he always has a hat on, so like the ponytail or whatever it is, if it's like just a bun, didn't really put me on there. Nice, final exam tomorrow. Nice. I myself is gonna have to make a project with the team, making a small game. I'm right now trying to program how to import an FBX and do it in my own format somehow. Oh god. I can say something, I'm not the best at programming, but I am gonna do as best as I can until either the whole school time is done or I am done. It has? Yeah, I always look forward to reading the monthly reports that arrive with the steamships from Birth. Oh, I see. Well, thank you very much. Who is this man? I'm getting a feeling someone's gonna read his mind because everyone seemed to be able to read his mind when that happened. I take it from your expression that you can't quite place me. Oh, in that case, how about a little reminder? Says Hero, Jesus. I'm so bad with this kind of name. A firm tap should do it. Yes. What? Oh no, he's gonna throw me. Here we go then. Oh, okay. I hereby pronounce the defendant Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Yeah, I was not guilty last time. It looks so weird that he actually has a real costume on now. Yeah, like that clothing really hides all of him, even the hat. Your Excellency.
Hello, Judge Jigoko. How are you? It's been a long time.
I'm not gonna try and laugh. I'm very bad at laughing in just voices. Good. You remember now. That really did the trick. He really has humor when it's not inside of the place. Only I was declared not guilty, wasn't I? And there was no laughing at the time. Yeah, the only one that actually did was actually happy about it were us. Everyone else was like, okay, fine, let's just go home. So, London again after all this time. Hard to believe it's been 10 years. To be honest, I never thought I'd be back. Neither did I. I didn't imagine Japan would ever be be invited to an international symposium like this. Though, really, I doubt anyone did, to be honest. It's all thanks to you, isn't it, Seizero? What are you talking about, Eugene? Jesus.
I'm sorry if I butchered these names. I am so bad with these names. Like, for example, I say Kazuma. They pronounce it differently. It's like, how did they pronounce it? They pronounced it last time I played this game. He's the other man who 16 years ago. Yeah, so these two know about Kazuma's father, who Kazuma learned last time after actually getting his memories back was the professor who was a mass murderer here in London. Brilliant. He's the third visiting scholar. Well, all those passport checks and luggage searches at the border took rather long time. I don't know, why am I moving around whenever I do voices? I'm just gonna hold my controller and play the game and do voices. For some reason I'm just like fidgeting around and I don't know why. I must say, I'm very envious of your ministerial status. You didn't have to go through any of that, did you? I knew you were jealous. Sorry, ministerial status? Yes, didn't you know? Seizero here is also Japan's Minister of Foreign Affairs. It was his personal insistence that allowed you to take Kazuma's place here on his study tour in London. Guilty as charged. Wasn't surprised because he's like kind of the only person who knew anyway. I think. I have no idea actually who knew. Oh, yes, no, Naruhodo. I received a telegram from Lord Stronghard yesterday. Oh, you did? It appears that something come to light in a trial you were involved with 8 days ago. About what happened 10 years ago. That tragedy. Yep, that was tragedy. Because he learned about his own father. So, like, we came to London in the first game, and Kazuma said that, like, he was there to study becoming a lawyer and something else, and he never told us what. Apparently, it was just to figure out what happened to his father. Either that or just find his father. Because for some reason, it was like he knew what had happened, and just like, he just cut his father's wax model in pieces. Yes, could you tell us any more about it? Oh, will you actually talk about it? Like, I'm not joking, everyone in this game have been so secretive about it. It's ridiculous. So, how was the voyage here? Well, 50 days at sea is a long time by anyone's standards. 50 days? It's like 2 months. 2 3/4 of a month, more or less. Like, holy shit. But it wasn't as bad as when we first came 16 years ago. No, that's true. Then I truly wonder if we would be drifting in the vast ocean for the rest of our life. This time we followed the same route as you. We were all able to relax and enjoy the experience. Well, at that time I was there, I didn't actually enjoy it. I was stuck in a cupboard. And was framed guilty for my friend's murder. Or believed to be murder. Why would he want to hide that he was not dead? Because Sholmes in this game literally like hid his identity. Well, not identity, but more or less if he was alive or not. Ah, so you stopped in France, beautiful capital, Paris. We did, yes, though only for one night. Yesterday evening we left the port of Dunkirk for Dover. But just in time for the symposium, in fact. It starts tomorrow. Holy crap, talk about planning though. Oh yeah, we have 50 days until something has been like set in motion. We're gonna be there before that. Holy crap. It's wonderful that you were invited to attend such an important international event. I'm very proud of you, Father. It's thanks to Seizero here. 16 years ago, he managed to integrate himself with the Britain's Attorney General. I'm sure that's why he was invited, and I suppose you could say I am something of an appendage by default. Speak of you for yourself, Eugene. You were close friends with a professor of forensic science at a major hospital. Oh yes, well, I'd rather not dredge all that up, really. No, there's been a lot of water around the bridge since then, but it doesn't bring him back. Yeah. What, like, why would he become, like, such a maniac at that time anyway? The professor. The killer who took the lives of... Hold on, I'm about to... Oh. Well, it is 5 o'clock, so, that happens. The professor. The killer who took the lives of 5 members of British aristocracy. I'm not English, by the way, I'm Swedish. So some things to pronounce is absolutely bad. Aristocrat. I'm not gonna try. I'm gonna try when they ever talk about it again. It was actually Kazuma's father, wasn't he? That's correct. Genshin Asogi. Oh, Genshin. Look at that. You knew, I presume, father. Yeah. Like, I am half British, but that doesn't mean, like, I can pronounce every single word. So when something like that comes up, it's like between wanting to do it as a C or as a K. It's like aristocrat or aristo something. So yeah, I absolutely understand. Like, holy crap. Yes, he was a close friend at the time. Genshin came to Britain as a police detective. He was studying investigative techniques at Scotland Yard. I never understood what drove the man to commit such heinous acts. It was a closed trial, so the public never knew the truth, and he was executed with a little ado. No, ado. It's ado. Ado. To this very day, very few people know what really happened. Even in our homeland. The funny thing is, I wasn't actually executed. I don't know why. I don't know why he wasn't executed. Because we know he got killed after he was in the grave. But I don't know why someone would want to keep him alive. But what about Kazuma? Did he know? Did he know the truth about his father? No, of course not. He was told his father passed from sickness. However, I suppose he may have had his doubts. Oh, why? As you know, I tried to guide Kazuma growing up, as if he were my own son. Then one day he came to my office at the university and said, I've decided I want to travel to Great Britain and study there. Yeah, because he wanted to know what happened. Also, I'm gonna get something to drink because it's gonna be an absolute bastard trying to do voices for 3 hours here. Ah, here's my glass. Oh, it's really good though. Probably should actually drink this more whenever I do voices. Because I'm literally drinking lemon water right now. I literally just put like lemon drops into my water and it becomes just lemon water. I have 2 of those actually. Just because it was a very good price. He wanted to come here to investigate his father's death. I don't know. But when I looked into his eyes, I did not know that there was... Hold on. Holy fuck, like I've been doing so much programming, for some reason reading is hard. I didn't know that there was no way he'd be able to stop. Holy shit, what is happening with me? Something else came to light in that trial the other day, actually. Oh, what? Well, having disappeared in Hong Kong and been missing for almost a year, Kazuma since turned up here in London, working as an apprentice of Lord Van Siegs. What? Oh, apparently it has low battery. Well, that's news for us. So why did he do that?
Hello there.
Hello, Ripipip. Welcome to the stream. I really have to fix so the sound of the game is not as strong because I can hear it, but it's not like the strongest sound ever. For some reason, I cannot change like how big the game sound is. But yeah, welcome to the stream. Just doing some voices and drinking lemon water. How is your day, Ripipip? I'm actually. Yeah, it's like three pip. Or more or less 3 ip. Actually, it's 3 ip. As you know, we both thought Kazuma had died on the steamship during our voyage to Great Britain in January. But he didn't die. He's alive. As you knew, didn't you, father?
In actual fact, no. What I did know is that when your ship docked in Hong Kong, he was mysteriously vanished. We sent a team of investigators to Hong Kong to try ascertain what had happened, but to no avail.
Also, I probably can do this. Hold on. I'm gonna move my chat so I can see chat over here, so I don't need to do this. Why are you gonna wait to 18 so you can play Apex? Also, that's not long. It's like it's more or less like 30 minutes. So that's nice. I'm fine. I've been baking some cookies. I have actually them behind me here somewhere. I have these cookies. Big ass cookies with dumle in them. Split. Okay, I've never heard that term, if that's an Apex term. But yeah, I'm fine. I'm mostly just done programming today, so reading is very difficult. Yeah, these are amazing. It's like cola. What is it? I don't know what it's called in English, but cola kakor med dumle. They're amazing. I just felt like I wanted to do something, so I just baked them. But unfortunately, the dough I have it's enough for 4 of these. So they don't become much cookies, but it becomes cookies at least.
Why on earth did the young man not make contact?
Split the rank because I'm gonna be. Oh yeah, I baked them myself. Of course I did bake them myself. I have absolutely done that. It's not that difficult. Just like some butter, some sugar, syrup, baking powder, vanilla, sugar. Is there anything else? Flour. Just mix it together a bit, and in the little forms I have, I literally just put dumle in them. I don't believe I understand what K and A means. But if you mean if you want a cookie, I'm gonna save one if you actually are around the area. Well, it seems that we was suffering from amnesia.
What? Amnesia?
I have never heard that, but it wouldn't surprise me because I've only lived in Karlskrona. I have not done, no, I have been more focusing on school and just chilling. So no, I have not learned the language of the Karlskrona. I am from like Borås. I don't speak that lingo yet. So I have not learned that yet. How the heck do you this? Oh, okay, so now I can see it. That's an odd one. I've never seen that before.
I see. He only regained his memories 8 days ago. This is unbelievable. Yes, it's quite miraculous. I wonder why Lord Strongheart didn't let us know. I must speak with him urgently.
Who is gonna die this time?
I just realized someone's gonna die. There's always someone's gonna die in these games, and someone is gonna die. I am worried if it's gonna be one of these two. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't know what he's been doing. So, last stream we ended up the last chapter, which was around 8 days ago in game, where Kazuma managed to regain his memories after we thought he's been dead for a year. Do I look tired? It might just be the goddamn camera, because it's like the autofocus and shit does weird stuff with my face. I might be tired, but like I'm always yawning around 5 in the afternoon anyway, so that wouldn't surprise me at all. But not really. Like, sure, when I came home after doing a lot of programming today, I was a bit knackered, but I more or less just like stood up again and just started baking a bit. So, I'm not that tired really. Not what I know of. As I said, it might just be the camera, because my camera has an auto exposure I cannot turn off. And well, as you can see with the lighting and everything, it becomes absolutely weird. It was Yujin here. Genshin Asogi and myself we were the original three. Oh, also I forgot to mention what had happened. Well, he regained his memories and learned that his father was actually the mass murderer. I am so sorry that I shared that then. I just felt for it. I just thought like, oh, I'm just gonna buy some of these and just do some cookies. They're absolutely simple. The funny part is I'm not even using an oven. I'm using my air fryer. It works absolutely brilliant. Ocean voyages were not what they were today, I can tell you. 16 years. Yeah, apparently ocean voyages, it takes like 50 days here. Yeah, Kazuma learned about. Apparently Rippy Pippy here is craving cookies. Yeah, I understand what you mean. Like, for some reason, I've not been able to stop eating many of the dumplings I actually got. Luckily, I had enough for, like, my cookies, but still. Yes, grandmother told me. I would say it's like 10 minutes for baking, for cooking them, and like, I don't know, 5-10 minutes to actually making them. I'm not really that kind of person that cooks food and stuff, but for some reason I really do enjoy doing shit like that sometimes. I think I shared that I actually made my own lemon curd one day. Yeah, he went to do research at a great London hospital to study autopsy. Practically unheard in Japan. I forgot whose voice was who. Yes, it was an eerie place sandwiched between the back of a prison and a burial ground. Ugh. No more talk about graves. We already did a lot of graves before. I do love that. What is that? Hold on. Pupper Rage. I like, it's so fun to see many of these, because now from you I see a lot like Puppy Rage or your own or like other things. I'm so used of seeing like a lot of VTuber ones now. Because if you didn't know, I am a member of the Moonlit Yakuza, which mainly has VTubers. There are a lot of non-VTubers, but there are many. And I also know a lot of VTubers, and they are actually amazing people. Like, I do enjoy them. Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can do my like favorite somehow. I have like a favorite I do sometimes. Hold on, I'm just gonna have to find all of them. That's that one, yes. Then we're gonna go to... Holy shit, there we have that. Then we're gonna have... Hold on, I'm looking through here. Why, like, there's so many of them. Holy crap. Where is that one? She has so many. Miss Valkyrie has so many emotes, I cannot find the one I'm looking for. Okay, I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna do a random here now, right now. Because I have like a favorite thing I do on people's stream. And it is... I do enjoy using that because it's hella funny. I hope I still have that one though. Because sometimes I do not know who I am actually sub to and or not. Ah, I think I've lost her that one. There you go. There, I9. As a... Wait, so you... Yeah, I have a very good graphic. Yeah, I do love... I am like the best 3D graphic ever. Also, you were painting before and you thought you had gotten all the paint away, gone, but... You managed to get on your mouse pad that you put on the bed under the time. Oh, wait, does that mean that both your mouse pad and your bed are like painted now? The only thing I have painted recently was more or less fan art. Because I watched a VTuber play some Dungeons and Dragons, and there is one there that's called Nem. For some reason, they started talking about how she was eating her raspberries. And because she is a bunny VTuber, they just thought like, yeah, just like a cute bunny nibbling. But then she just more or less explained she put all the raspberries on her finger and ate them. Yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea how that managed to happen. So on my Discord in the art gallery channel, I actually have that there. I got a few good laughs from that one. For some reason, I do actually enjoy drawing some stuff, especially when I find some, like, good inspiration. And I get a lot of good inspiration from a lot of streams. Especially when they are chaotic. Because I know I've done 2 more or less fan art things using VR and spray paint. More or less together. And one I just did because I thought it would look hilarious. Do you remember that Scottish prison governor? Cadit. His name was. He was a good man. Yes, then of course, in our 6th year here, everything changed with that dreadful case. Genshin was arrested for that series of most gruesome murders. I started to wonder if that rumor is true or not. I have no idea. Doesn't care really. I simply couldn't believe it. I know the man for years. I was a witness at a secret hearing, and I tried to speak in his defense, but you were a little too far on your... and ended up facing charges yourself, didn't you? Well, suffice to say that after that trial, we were sent back to Japan. There was nothing more we could have done to save Genshin. It was a lost cause, sadly. I know that Gani would love that name. Absolutely. Then why would it change so much? Like, just getting to London, just study, and then just like, yeah, you know what, I'm just gonna kill all the rich people here. Holy crap, cooked dumpling. It was like crispy. Yes, I'd like to get this trunk up to my room as soon as possible. Oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have held you up here for so long. Oh, it's almost tired. It's well, technically like 15 minutes until some Apex. I'll call for the porter then. Just wait here. Also, that is a big luggage. Holy crap. I'd like to stay and talk some more, but I do have various preparations to make for tomorrow. Yes, of course, it must be a big responsibility representing our entire country. I wish you be best of luck. Naruhodo. I hope you'll keep an eye on Sasuke. Keep looking after us, as you obviously have been. Oh no, I mean, if Alice was looking after anyone, it's her looking after me. Well, I do appreciate you being there for her, after all. I've been a miserable father to her. I thoroughly let her down. Sorry? What do you mean? Well, it was 16 years ago that I started my long study tour here in Britain, as you know. The very year Susato was born. So yeah, she was born the same year he went to Britain, and he was studying for 6 years. She never saw him for 6 years. Crispy outer and soft on inside. Yes, I heard. The birth of my daughter was the most joyful event of my life, but... well... sadly, it was accompanied by the most tragic event of my life, too. Yeah. I don't remember if they actually said what happened, but I think it might have been that the mother didn't survive. It was after a rather turbulent time at home. Because she said she was living at her grandmother's place, was staying there. I'm just getting the feeling like something must have happened. Anyway, I won't bore you with the details. The point is, I became a rather less dependable than benefits a grown man. And it was then that Cicero offered me opportunity to study here in Great Britain. I was too worried about you to leave you behind. So perhaps I was a little heavy-handed when it came to persuading you to accompany me to London. Yo, Eren, welcome! Yeah, I'm doing fine. Today is more or less a normal day. Went to school, tried to program. Sometimes I feel like, whenever I look at code sometimes, I feel like it's more or less way too much for me to handle, but I'm doing the best I can. I hope you're doing well as Eren. I hope you have a very good day. That's what happened in a nutshell. I'm just drinking some lemon water and have my own fresh baked cookie. They became so big I only had dough for 4 of them. Though the world does not readily afford young women such things, I must say. I completely understand, Professor. So last time we more or less ended up with hearing how Van Ziek sounded like. Kazuma got his memory back. He learned that his father was a mass murderer, or at least a serial killer, something like that, killed 5 people. He cut his own father's wax model, and I think he had more or less like a dead-eye stare after that. Yes, I want to go outside, but the wind is going beast mode. Oh yeah, like today is very calm. It was snowing in the morning, but it's been sunny the rest of the day. I think it's like rather... hold on. Yeah, it's a bit cloudy outside now. But yesterday, oh my god, like, I'm not joking when I say that the wind carried me home. I was literally just walking back home because, like, the school is literally just down there. Like, the school is just walking distance. And the wind was behind me, and I could feel how much easier it is to go, like, just go forward. And yes, I am touching grass. Like, though I am inside a lot, especially under, like, whenever I do my school things and stuff, I am outside touching grass. I'm even photographing and doing other stuff. So I'm not that there. Yeah, some snow. It was some snow. Yeah, the snow is fun now and then. It depends on like what's going on or what you need to do. Sometimes it's nice, sometimes it's bad. It depends on what you have to do or what it is for sort of day. If I may be so bold, I have a favor to ask you. Oh, really? Of course. What can I do for you? If I want to... Oh, I was like, who is that guy? I kind of remember him somewhere, but he was the horse guy. If I want to see snow, I need 6 hours of traveling. Ooh. Yeah, that I kind of know that feeling. Because I went to Stockholm one day, and it's like literally... I don't know. I just realized that his mustache actually might be looking like a horseshoe.
And even his belt. I realize that now. So he's literally one of the people, I believe before at least, that used to drive the carriages with like horse carriages. So I'm pretty certain that's why his mustache looks like that, but I didn't realize until now. He looks always pissed with that mustache actually. Oh, Mr. Sato. Now then, allow us to take your bags. Allow me to take your bags. One moment, if you please, porter. Of course, sir. That machine around your neck is a camera, I believe. Quite right. Just 5 shilling for a lovely photograph to commendate our wonderful stay at the hotel, sir. It wouldn't surprise me he actually has a new job now, because last time we met him, he actually took some extra money from someone for just to leave the carriage or something. But they had a rule to just take exactly one amount, like a certain amount of money for a ride. Well, I think given the occasion, we should justify the expense. Oh yes, of course. I do love, like, for some reason I'm the only one looking nervous. I'd like to thank you for coming with me, Miss Naruto. It's really made my father very happy, I think. I think, you're like, okay. I'm pretty certain it was.
What the fuck?
I love that one. I do love that one. I did add, instead of having the skeleton thing on bits, I actually changed it for the other one. Where? What? The chef of that guy who took extra money. I am confused. No, that was a different guy. He was the chief of that guy. Wait, you mean... Yes, he was! Fucking hell, thank you. It was. Yes, thank you. Yes, because the one that actually we did actually get extra money was some sort of shaky dude. Right, thank you, Nine. I was literally like, wait, who are you talking about? Because for some reason, I just read chief as chef, as in a cook. I was like, what cook? What are you talking about? But like, oh, now that makes sense. Yes, thank you. You are absolutely right. I am wrong. That was a long time ago, though. But yes, you are absolutely right, Nine. You are absolutely correct about that. Shall we return to Baker Street then? Why is he a porter then? If I understand if the other guy kind of lost his job after that, because they were very, very, like, tied around that sort of rule, but he was like the guild master. Why is he here then? That makes me even more confused. I expect Aris to have some delicious tea waiting for us. Yes, let's go. Tea time! I have never drink tea nor coffee. Alright, also after the stream I have to write a mail to Advanced GG, because I don't think I will get my stuff. Yeah, perhaps, who knows. I'm just gonna check something here because now I'm curious. Because I did get one of those giveaways for some money off on a order from Advanced GG. The issue is like the only update I got was the latest 8th of Mars, and I haven't gotten any update yet. And just like 2 days ago, I literally got the mail. Hi. Have you gotten your order, or like, do you enjoy your order? Have you not gotten it, or is there any other problem? It's a bit sad though, because this is the second time I actually ordered. It's a bit extra sad this time because I literally used something I got from someone and I thought like, yes, it's gonna be fun to use, but apparently it's just
It's just stopped working for some reason. Like, no joke. It's just like the first and last update was the 8th of March. Then, nothing. I don't know if it's just like me messing up how to write where it's supposed to be delivered, but I don't think so, because I did order my Oculus from... I don't remember what country. It was not that far away, but it was still another country, and it at least gave me a lot of information, like, yeah, we're here. Now we're here. Now we are in Sweden. This thing, we have taken the order, and we're now making a passport for it. What more? No idea. Yeah, Advanced GG is what the heck is that? Like, I'm not the best at to more or less just announce this, because I'm not even a partner of anything here. Advanced GG is an energy drink that Miss Valkyrie, the creator of the Moonlit Yakuza, is a partner of, and do highly recommend. So I got a more or less like $40 off on an order. So I thought, like, why not use that this time and see if I actually could get it this time? But unfortunately not. For some reason, the order is not arriving. Nothing is happening. So it more or less said like 24 hours to 2 days after I got the mail, I should message them to say that nothing has happened. I forgot to do that yesterday, so I'm going to do that today after the stream. Could that have been Mr. Sholmes? Oh my, I do hope not. Oh, it's not. Who are you two? Mon ami. Stop this disgraceful display. Who are these people? Yeah, I'm starting to wonder that as well. I'm guessing they're from France? Ah, thank you for that. I don't think I've actually learned what that means. Or I don't remember. It might have been that I kind of understood sort of what it meant, but I don't think I actually fully understood it meant friend. Ah, okay, that's actually interesting. Ah, Gina's here too. Right, you two. You're coming with me now, down to the clink. No, not a prison. It's dark and damp in there. I don't like it. Yeah, thank you. I don't think how much problem I will have with France, because it's not really a language I'm trying to learn, but I will remember that. I do thank you for that. So I will remember that. Also, I'm gonna take a bite of my cookie. Also, I see something back there. That mask. That Kazuma's mask. Why is it here? Move, the darkness is my friend. I'm not scared. I kind of forgot his name. Are you always scared of the dark? Shut your mouth, idiot. I will sit quietly in the dark and plan our next daring heist. Wait. Are you actually robbers or something? You literally said heist. I don't like this. I don't like it. Holy crap, Gina. Do you have your hands full or something? Oh. I'm pretty certain one of them is a scout. I had 1 year, perhaps 3 years of Spanish. That more or less went out the window. Like, I'm not gonna lie, or I was studying it since I was a kid. Oh, nice. Like our teacher for Spanish, he never knew what fucking class he was in. I'm not joking, because he had like the first year, second year, and third year. I literally went in like, oh, here we're gonna have this test now. I hope you're ready. And like, what fucking test? Like, you're the first year, right? No, we're the second year. Oh, all right, and I'm not prepared for you. Hold on, I'll be right back. Like, what? Why didn't you have fun? Oh yeah, thanks, Iris. And thanks. You're a great detective. Are these actually just... Are these just robbers? What? I'm so confused. Tina makes a fine detective herself, doesn't she? I'm afraid to ask. I feel like just that... Yeah, I more or less thought that would happen. I more or less thought that would happen, actually. At this time, I was kind of prepared for that. I kind of was prepared for that because I have heard Kenya before somewhere as something in me triggered like, do not ask, do not ask. I was like, should I ask? Oh my god, yeah. Oh. Yeah, like, I have had fucking years of experience. But I would say it doesn't matter. You will get me again with those sometimes, but it's more or less like a bloody... like scared, like, oh yeah, you have seen this before, don't, like, where have you seen this before? What are you talking about, brain? But yeah, the worst part is Gani now can do it in Swedish as well. I can now get these kind of jokes in 2 languages. If there are any other languages, I probably would not understand them. But Swedish and English I can understand, and that's more or less enough. Well, did you find your daddy? Yes, we arrived at the hotel just before he and his friend. Oh, well, that's great news. I hope I'll get to see your daddy, see my dad again soon. We have to tell her. It has almost gone 2 games. It was over a year ago. Oh my fucking god. This poor child. For those who doesn't know what's been happening, in the first game we had a trial where we had to defend ourselves because of a British man was killed, apparently by a British woman, and I was the only one that could be blamed for it because we should not blame a British person killing a British person on Japanese grounds. Yeah, that sounds absolutely lovely. But the murdered person was her father. And it has gone a year! I don't know when we learned about that. I think it was like almost the last chapter of the first game. We learned that her father was Mr. Dr. Wilson. But, fucking hell. Why can you not, like, she will be scarred for life. You have kept it from her for a year. Whoa, what the fuck has been happening to you? But before we concern ourselves with that, I believe some tea is in order. Don't you, my dear fellows? That's a bright-ass red. Is it like crimson? What is crimson red? Is it crimson red? Is something wrong, Miss Naruto? Do I have a crumb on my such like on my face? You have something on top of your face. Not much on your face. On your head, I'd say. Come along then, everyone. I brewed a lovely special plan. Time for tea. Are we just gonna neglect what's been happening? Yeah, it's been named to Wilson instead of Watson. Yeah, because his name is not Sherlock Holmes, it's Sherlock Sholmes. So it's literally just changed that. So instead of Watson, it's Wilson. It's kind of fun though, because I more or less believe that a lot of names in these games are puns. But when they're not puns, they're either just a normal person or someone from the Sherlock series. Because Gina, for example, is technically Lestrade. Her name is Gina Lestrade. So whenever you search for Lestrade and Sherlock, you actually get up Detective G. Lestrade. But because that is technically he, they named G to Gina. And we had also Enoch, who apparently was the first I was about to say suspect, but not suspect. The first murdered in the Sherlock Holmes series. This was their first case, apparently. Because I couldn't find a pun in the name, I searched it up, and apparently that was a name from Sherlock Holmes. I didn't know that. In that case, let us sit and drink now. For I am in fact expecting a guest later today. Are we gonna converse? The greatest problem. Has it something to do with your hair? These are good cookies. Yeah, but I also love the puns. There was something I didn't realize before first when I played this game, but I realized like the stream after. Yeah, it's bloody bright red. Absolutely. But in the first game, we had a horse carriage. And if you're actually looking around it, you can actually find a sign about like who owned the carriage and something. And it literally says Phoenix Wright Carriages. I do love how they tie together the universe of the future and the past with that. I do love it. Or the worlds together, I don't know. It might be two different worlds. What was that about the greatest problem known to man that you mentioned before? Is it another fiendishly intricate case, Mr. Sholmes? Ooh. How should I explain this? Are you aware of the theory of evolution by natural selection, perchance? I have heard that before. But I don't remember. Well, I think I've heard talk of it somewhere. Possibly. I kinda say the same thing right now. It's a revolutionary scientific theory that was newly proposed for 40 years ago now. Wait. Scientific theory that was newly proposed 40 years ago now. I think they have a bit of an explanation about newly and 40 years. Naruto is just Phoenix Wright's Japanese name. Wait, is it? Is it? Because the only thing I know is that Naruto means I more or less I see, as in I understand. I did not know that it literally is his name. I'm so confused. I am so confused. I'm absolutely confused. What is actually? His name is not Phoenix, right? What is his name actually? It was so long ago I played one of those games. I kind of forgot what his name is. In the anime, they call him Naruto. Oh. Yeah, I see. I understand. Something like that. Okay. Then I understand. Huh. I have actually seen the anime, but I used to see it in English because I kind of want to understand what's happening. I might watch it again in Japanese just because. But that's it. That's interesting. I did not know that. Huh. Yeah, you learn something new every day. Doesn't matter if it's about a game or how the world works. That's nice. That's cool. According to its author, Dr. Darwin, we humans were once apes who lived in the treetops. Wait, what? We were apes? Indeed. And from the very moment those apes descended from the canopy to live as humans, it has been our lot to be at the mercy of the greatest problem known to man. Our lot? What is this great problem, Mrs. Sholmes? Why, isn't it obvious, my dear madame? The problem is of rent. I can't go against that, actually. That kind of makes sense.
I can't go against that. I can't go against that. I don't understand though how the whole evolution has to do with rent, but yes. I understand. But did you not receive a rather large sum of money from Madame Tuspels only the other day? Ah, a large sum. 1 pot of herb from Iris and a new motor car for me later. And all of this has quite disappeared, I assure you. Honestly, Harley, you know you squandered it. Yes, well, anyway, 2 days ago, I discovered the answer to man's greatest problem. For the coming month, at least. And what was the answer? Why, there is a substantial clue before your very eyes. It is the red hair. Is it because of red hair? Humans are a sorry creature, unable to see what's in front of their noses. Let me give you some assistance. Don't look, but observe me very close. If you're talking about your hair, we can't see it. Like, it's like brighter than the sun, more or less. There is one particular feature by my person that has changed. You notice in the end, I think. Yeah, the hair. In the end. And if he says it's not the hair, then this guy has his head everywhere. He's been stabbing me in both eyes right from the very beginning of our conversation. What does that actually change? How do you earn money from that? I think we might need another clue before we uncover the full answer, Miss Naruto. No, we don't. Thanks for the hint. I'll be tearing my hair out of this charade. Charade goes on much longer. I don't even know if you're messing with me right now. I don't think he has another eye color because I'm pretty certain that is his eye color. Why would you make me look so closely right now? It's like, is it not? Oh, good God. Mr. Sholmes, who were the 2 gentlemen that were here before? Just a pair of petty criminals, nothing significant. Of course they have make a living somehow. And when the mood takes me, I'm willing to turn a blind eye to all matters of infractions. Did you join their band? Where the mood takes you? But when such fellows set their sight on Herlock Sholmes, well, that's when their luck runs out. Were they actually going to rob this place? Like, they all had more or less the same hair color, so I'm a bit confused. Oh, you were target of a crime, Mr. Sholmes. But I quickly devised a plan to entrap them and deliver them to our young detective ally. Yeah, I'm gonna look deep into his eyes. Hold on, I'm gonna wait until it's there. Should have asked Grexy to come too. We'd have an arresting tea party. She's so adorable. I did send word, but no answer was forthcoming. Okay, I'm gonna look closer now. Oh, he closed his eyes. Just when I came forth on my screen, he closed his goddamn eyes. You bastard! The man is consummately in the wrong place at the wrong time. There's a word for it, I'm sure. Ah, I have it. A bungler, that's the word. I am afraid to ask because I don't know if there is a word like that. It's a good job he's not here to hear you say that. So those redheads had been up to no good. I wonder what the man did. The lie you told? What exactly? Oh, right, Kazuma. Also, speaking of Kazuma, his mask is behind here. Yeah, exactly, we knew. I literally went forth and he just turned around like, yeah, you ain't gonna look in my eyes. I'm like, oh my god. Just over a week ago, you said to us... Hey, that's the same eye color. Ha! Now the plan has been fooled. I don't know. For some reason, I cannot read, speak, or write lately. I feel like that just started happening after I entered school. I don't know why. Yep, that's the goals. I have reacting to scary videos, which is 330 followers. There is 4 more needed until we reach that. 3. Yes, I know you have more or less out of battery. I am probably gonna charge you soon. 340 for viewers and 350 for Danganronpa. I'm not really that kind of person that just like do very big goals for stuff, because I know that like I'm not the most popular, so I'm doing very small ones at first. And if people out there think that that's not small, I did actually have smaller. I just escalated from one part to another. Yeah, like there is a place called Game Board Arena, which is a free-to-play browser-based board game place. So that's more or less the idea, that I'll just invite people there and play games with them. I actually still have a subscription there, even though I've not been there for a long time. Also, it's not really like a fucking expensive thing. So I have those, and then I have those down there, which is one for sub goals to play Elden Ring, and one for it's very. Can you see? Yeah, I think you can see that wireless transfer system for sound, because whenever I'm gonna probably play VR and stuff, it's very difficult using this, because those who have heard me play Ring Fit with this mic, it's very difficult to hear me whenever I'm not in front of it. So I just thought like there should be some good way of actually just doing that. So I searched up those things. The funny part is I'm more or less all to myself to actually buy those myself anyway. So who knows? I might just do that in the summer. I have no idea. But I kind of want to at least try and see if the goal goes somewhere. That case aboard the SS Burya in January. With the sailor beef stroganoff. And we love that. Kazuma wasn't killed, and you knew he wasn't dead at the time. So what was really going on? Yeah, I'm curious now. The fellow was unconscious for a very long time. If he hadn't regained consciousness when he did, his life would have been in mortal peril. Of course, a side effect of the prolonged comatose state was amnesia, as you know. It was a simple enough task to silence the crew. But how? After they carried out in the cabin, I assembled them in the lobby area. Then I made them swear to leave him unconscious and to have him unlaid from the ship in Hong Kong as a murdered corpse. Oh, how horrible. It was necessary to find some material with which to pursue the crewmen to keep their word, of course. But why? Why did you do this in the first place? What fell? I would be at liberty to elaborate in due course. But for the time being, I would like to reassure you. I did not foresee subsequent events. What events? His disappearance in Hong Kong. I believe I may have made a gross error of judgment. Oh, so you technically didn't just lie to us and like let him go to Britain. You actually sent him back to Hong Kong. Or technically, when we reached Hong Kong. I don't know where we really were. We were from Hong Kong to Britain or where we were. But something happened. So, it was not his plan to let him be here in Britain. He was supposed to be sent back. I'm gonna examine his hair. I cannot examine his hair. Oh, wait, hold on. I know exactly what to do. I'm stupid. So, what is this mask doing here? The mask Kazuma wore when he was assigned to Lord Van Siegs as his apprentice. When he cast it aside of the trial the other day, I just sort of picked it up. Oh, you picked it up. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Well, to give it back to him, I suppose. He has his memory back now, doesn't he? I can't help feeling he might turn around and tell me I told it to wear it myself. But isn't he your best friend? Yes, something has changed with him. There's something going to happen, I know that, but I've technically talked to him. I don't remember either, actually. I'm just trying, because I'm literally talked about everything to him, so... What am I gonna talk about now? Yeah. I'm mostly just skipping because I'm pretty certain that's just nonsense. Where can I move? I cannot move up here. I'm just gonna try, just to see what happens. Whenever there's no update, it's just like try to update somewhere. So that's that. We can go here. I don't think there is anyone here, but... Oh. I was wrong. I was clearly wrong. Also, Strongheart has some stuff to explain here. It's the final draft of the opening address for tomorrow's proceedings. I supplemented your original with the figures of you asked for from the yard. I see. Excellent work. Thank you. You're welcome, my lord. I don't know. Why? There seemed to be an awful lot of tension in the air, wouldn't you say? Probably because Lord Strongheart sent him a Japanese person. He has a bit of problem with Japanese persons because a Japanese person literally killed his brother. Yummy. Hello. Yeah, like, I do enjoy him as well, and I know Third Girl love him as well. It was kind of funny because last stream, she literally left just before the cutscene when he started to speak. She literally had to go back to the VOD and watch that, more or less directly. My apologies. I did not notice you come in. Your small stature and dark dress make you all but invisible to me. Oh, no, it's entirely my fault for wearing black. Sure. From now on, we were dressed in white from head to toe whenever you come here. And now then, Mr. Nara. Yes, my lord? I'm right here. Kill me now. Is something wrong? Look, each time he does that, I am gonna go back in my memory, just remember the clip that was made of me just mentioning something whenever he did that. There is a clip whenever he does that, and it took some time for me to more or less just go through with something in my head, but I did say something there. No, not at all. I mean, I never experienced a room at such a perfect temperature. If you're sure, the beads of sweat carving down the way of your face seem to suggest otherwise. Because of the daggers you're staring at me with, mainly. As you're no doubt aware, my International Forensic Science Symposium begins tomorrow. In fact, your father arrived in London earlier today, I hear, madam. Yeah, but more or less the favorite with Van Seeks is the boot. Do love when the boot comes up. Oh yes, that's right, my lord. I'm extremely honored to have been invited. He's just autosave. I'll leave the remaining preparations for the meeting room in your capable hands then, Lord Van Seeks. I will amend at once. Well, 2 pair of daggers. He gave you a very cold stare as he left, didn't he? I know, but I haven't done anything. Have I? These past few days, my feet have been barely touched the ground, I must say. My dedicated right hand of many years was recently put out of action in a spectacular fashion. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Is your left hand still of service? Fucking hell. I don't know if he actually took that serious or not. Holy crap. Miss Naruto, he's talking about Dr. Scythe. Of course. I'm terribly sorry about that. I was just, fear not. You've done nothing wrong. Dr. Scythe's own wrongdoing precipitated the situation. You need not to concern yourself with it any further. Lord Van Six is doing an admirable job of holding the fort. Though disturbingly, his apprentice has been missing since yesterday. Oh, missing. What become of Kazuma-sama now? Yeah, also you have something to explain here about him. Not long ago, visitor numbers, the great exhibition, exceeded 30 million. Holy crap. That's a lot of people. Yes, there are more than that in the world at least. As a comparison, Miss Naruto, the population of the imperial capital Tokyo is 2 million. I will be opening the International Forensic Science Symposium in the exhibition's main auditorium. This event has been 2 years in the making. 2 years of preparation and negotiation with other countries. It sounds like tremendous achievement. Congratulations. The 20th century will see the whole stage adaptation of forensic investigation techniques. And cooperations between policing organizations around the globe will be essential. Which is why this landmark first symposium has been hosted here at the heart of our great British Empire. In order for Scotland Yard can become the leading investigative organization in the world. Okay. I can't even read that, all of that because I managed to skip it. Cookie. You're every bit as passionate in your own way, I'm sure, Miss Naruto. I'm the only person in this country who truly cares about a future that embraces forensic science. It was my intention to become Her Majesty's Attorney General and reform the yard from the ground up. So the disgrace of the forensic investigation team has been a bitter blow to my ambition. So about the missing apprentice, are you going to explain something? About Lord Van Sieg's apprentice? Oh, yes. That came as a surprise to me, I must say. That you and he are old friends. How did he become an apprentice to Lord Van Sieg in the first place? Like, he's up to something, I know that. It came about 3 months ago. An unidentified Asian man was apprehended by border police. They found him hiding aboard a large goods vessel. Oh my, so he stowed away to get here? He had no papers, to identify him. No passport. And he was suffering from amnesia too. Other than the fact that he was clearly of Eastern descent, there were no clues as to who he was. So I decided to assign him to Lord Van Sieg. That way I could keep an eye on him. But then, why the mask? I didn't want to burden Lord Van Sieg with tiresome explanations about why he had an Eastern apprentice. Yeah, because the funny part is that actually
the guy you set as his apprentice is the father of the Asian he hates. The Japanese person he hates. So yeah. Great. He's proving to be a great help to Lord Van Siegs. I have high hopes for his future. Also, I'm just gonna go and get my charger because I'm pretty certain this thing will die soon. I'm good with having a small apartment. You just lean over and you more or less can reach everything. Is there? There we go. Oh, no, I'm back. And it's charging. I don't know if you're gonna tell me if it's charging or not. No idea. But I believe he's left London for the time being. Oh. I take it you also didn't know. The man's father was one of our country's most infamous criminals. I mean. Yeah. So we know he killed very high-standing people, but why? What we learned from that trial 8 days ago was a huge shock. Finding out my friend's father was... Ah, yes. Genshin Asogi. The professor case 10 years ago caused a great stir here in Britain. They were such awful murders, and unprecedented, using a ferocious dog as a murder weapon. And no one would have believed the culprit was a foreign student invited to study here by the government. Yeah. They wonder why. So the true identity of the killer couldn't be made public then. And can't be made public now. Nobody in our country knows it was him. And neither do the citizens of London. The main motivation was to avoid the aggravating relations between our nations at the time, I understand. Correct. However, it has been noted that there were some supporters of the professor's apparent cause. What? Supporters of a mass murderer? The majority of the man's victims were a blight on this aristocracy of the day. Somewhat ironically, their death actually benefited society as a whole. Or so far a few thinkers in London believe anyway. Yikes. Right, I see. It was still murder, wasn't it? Yes, it was. It seems very similar, doesn't it? To the idea of the Reaper of the Baileys. Kinda. Actually. The first established the forensic investigation team a year ago. Experimentally, to start with Dr. Scythe at the helm, he was steadily accruing an impressive record of achievements. I was on the verge of changing its name and elevating its status to a full-blown forensic investigation department. And can you not do that now? Obviously, nobody wants to hear anything about it at the moment. Even if I can keep this story out of the papers. Even I can't keep the story out of the papers. 6 million Londoners will be cursing forensic science now. That's a bit bad. This incident will be set back our country's advancement in the field by a good 10 years, I'd say. Yeah. But what else would we do? Either someone go to prison or someone else has to go to prison. And for some reason everything was connected to just that case. That was their fault to actually more or less just tie everything together in the first place. Of course. We should all be grateful to you both.
Anyway, I'll still reform this country's policing when I become an attorney general. This might delay my plans, but it won't alter them. Nothing will stand in my way. Okay. I guess I'm done here. I'm just gonna go here because why not? Okay, so nothing here. I'm just looking for updates. Whoops, wrong one. So there is something I'm supposed to do. But what? Also, if you see me looking over there, it's because I have the chat over there. It kind of covers the screen a bit. So we have the impressive machine. No, because it probably just went to a pawnbrokery and left it there and then took it back when he had more money again. Holy crap, that was something. I have no idea if she's joking, and I'm worried if she's not. His violin. I actually have to continue learning how to play violin. I have an electric one. I know some of it, but I'm gonna be honest, I haven't done a lot of it lately. Like, those things are probably expensive as hell. I don't know. Because they're just a limited amount of them. And they're very old and pretty certain perfect in a way. Like, those are like fucking expensive. Okay. I really hate when you're supposed to talk to people and then literally like, oh, yeah, you have talked about everything. There should be something new now. Oh, there is a ring over there about something. This looks like last week's edition. What's that article circling in red in ink there? It's an advertisement column. It says... I think that explains his hair. What? The Red-Headed League, what's that? I don't know. I never heard of it before, but... Yeah, we both think the same thing. There's something on my face, like, we are not looking on your face. Clearly, this has something to do with that lively hair. Why? Hold on, can I read that myself? Because I kind of want to know what the hell is going on here. To the Red-Headed League. On account of the... bequest? What does that mean? Of the late Zachariah Hopkins of Lebanon, PA, USA, there is now another vacancy open which entitle a member of the league to a salary of £4 a week for purely nominal service. All the Red-Headed men who are sound in body and mind and above the age of 21 are eligible. A plain person in the morning of the 31st. Okay. Oh well. That absolutely explains a lot. Sholmes? Care to explain this? It looks though someone circled an advertisement in this paper, Mr. Sholmes. To the Red-Headed League. Does that strike you in some way? Hi, Turtle Girl! Welcome to the stream! Don't question it. Don't question what you're seeing in front of you right now. Yeah. Hold on. Apparently, he wants to earn money. So there is a league of the Red-Headed that
has a vacant spot. And you have to be over 21 and have red hair. And you don't really need to do much. And do I need to say more about what you're seeing in front of you? Nah, it's not an outfit, it's his strange mind. To your bright red hair. And if you're wondering if we saw that before, we did. It was hella obvious. Yeah, the hair is blushing. The hair is absolutely blushing, 9. So, at last you'll learn to apply my methods, Miss Naruto. Sorry. In the first instance, an quite indispensable observation. I have observed your hair for minutes. Oh yeah, actually his eyebrows too. Probably because that if he actually colored his hair and he didn't do the eyebrows, I think those in the Redheaded League would question if he actually is redhead by birth. It's so strange saying redhead. I've red hair since birth at least. So then, allow me to regale you with the details of my latest exploits. Regale or boast? Yes, just because of that comment before about his eyes changing color. For fun, I literally just put my eyes in front of the screen. And he turned his face away and closed his eyes just when I reached my screen. Like that bastard. He knew what was coming as well. So, what is this? The Redheaded League, which seems to be the subject of the advertisement you circled. You noticed in the paper, then? Yes, because it was in the paper. I don't think we'd have noticed anywhere else, actually. That, my dear fellow, was going to be the source of this month's rent payment. It was? How? According to the advertisements, the Redheaded League is a distinguished institution of fellow of unspecified governments. Oh, sorry, there comes a burp. In fact, the only condition of becoming a member is having red hair. That doesn't entirely surprise me.
But listen to what the lucky redheads receive once they join in. An unconditional salary of £4 a week.
And I don't remember like the exchange of what it was, but I'm pretty certain like 5 was a lot. So 4 is still a lot. But why? What are they paying people for? I don't know. No details are given in the advertisement.
But surely every red-headed person in the country would be flocking to join in that case. You're right, Susie. There's no time to lose. I'll put it in my application at once.
Fair. It is a shade of red. It's more pink, but it's like a shade. Well, that's a far-fetched. I might be stretching a point, I think, yeah.
The trouble is, they have a fixed number of members, you see.
So once a certain number of people have joined, no one else can. Oh, here comes another one. Oh god. But as luck would have it, one member recently passed away. Luck?
It wasn't particularly luck for the redhead in question, I feel, Mr. Sholmes.
Not really. So you decided to try and join in his place? Correct. I mean, look at me. Have you ever seen such a red-headed fellow? I would say yes, because I'm pretty certain the guys from before, or at least one of them, had the same kind of style of red hair. So why? Why did I have to go so wrong? What on earth happened this time? First you said the greatest problem ever was the evolution of people from monkeys, and from that came rent. Which I can't really go against, but still.
A blunder, Miss Naruto. I thought it pains me to admit it. Okay, what's your blunder? You forgot one space of your hair.
What did you actually do it to your hair, Mr. Sholmes?
I'm glad you asked, Mr. Sato. What you see atop my head is neither dye nor hairpiece. I changed the color of my hair overnight by the wonders of chemistry.
I would say you colored it then.
Because that's technically chemistry in a way. I was conducting some research into a method of rejuvenating spent tea leaves. Well, I know, like, at least Scrooge McDuck wouldn't want to have that. And in the course of my work, I stumbled upon a point that was taken. Turns one hair flame like red. Would you like to try it? It makes every hair on your body perfectly crisp. Fuck.
Fucking hell, why did you say every hair of the body? I could literally imagine it. I could literally imagine it, and that went so far in my head. Oh my fucking god. I thought it was literally just on your head, but no, it is everywhere. Oh my god.
Shit, that kinda got me actually. Amateurs are always hampered by such fears.
I should never have that with you, Mr. Sholmes. You mean to say...
But of course. To earn £4 per week, one must be prepared to turn a blind eye to a little danger. I predicted the next murder case will be the murder just killing someone. Well, hold on. Me and reading today is such a bad thing. I'm doing too much programming in the days now. I predict the next murder case will be the murderer just killing someone so to get blood on their hair. Oh yeah, that would be something. At least it would be red until it dries, and then it would be like dark hue of like some sort of red. And then it would be an anime character because it would be standing everywhere. Technically, these guys are anime characters, so it doesn't really matter.
So anyway, Hurley left full of confidence yesterday with his new red hair. For the park on Line Street where the Red-Headed League were interviewing prospective new members.
Yeah, it could also be it. I'm pretty certain I have played a game or something like that. We have seen something that looks like blood and like, oh no, it's just something else. Ketchup, dye, I don't know, ink. The whole park was choked with red-haired folks, like a coaster orange barrow. Okay. I queued for 8 hours solid. Before the last, I reached the front. I kinda know the feeling. I have not queued for 8 hours, but I have waited for 8 hours. I don't think I have talked about this on stream, but before the Switch came out, the Swedish Nintendo actually had an event where you could actually like come in and try it out, like a little just tryout. Just like play some Splatoon, some Mario Kart 8, some Zelda, some 1-2 Switch, I think it was called. And I literally stood there for many hours, and then it was like, it was such a line that after a while you kind of like got a number, and they said like, you cannot just stand here because it will take such a long time for you. So like I could go back when the sun was about to set, and for some reason, I don't know why, but for some reason the Swedish Nintendo team did not predict there would be so many people. Because, for example, the little number of when you could return, not really a time, but like you could check the time on their Facebook or something, like, these numbers can return now if they want, and stuff like that. And I went back there, and they did not have any more goodie bags. They had
keyhole, like what is like the necklaces for keys? I don't know what you call them in English. But it was fun. It was fun to try Zelda and stuff like that. I had a fun time, even though I had to walk around town for ages. And I'm pretty certain I had like either work or school or something some days after that. It was just like it was under the weekend. No, it was Saturday, so I think I was fine. Because I didn't want to do it Sunday if it took the whole day. So I just went home when it was like, I don't know, what was it, 8 o'clock something? 9 o'clock? I don't remember. It was a few hours of drive. Perhaps 1, 2, because I think it was around Varberg, which takes like some 2 hours perhaps. So yeah. That was something. That's probably the longest I've been in line, even if it was like not standing in line, but like getting a number and hoping to get in the same day, because some of the other people had to go in the next day. So yeah, I was kind of lucky. After which, I could do little else but turn and leave. That wasn't bad. That was probably one of the only events. No, it was that. I've been to Comic-Con in Gothenburg. Else a local board game event. Those are like the events I've been through too. It's been event. Else I've been in other stuff like Markiplier's World Tour. That was fun. I was about to go be sick, so I was also like half sick at the time. But it was fun. I'm pretty certain that that was not a ding-a-ling-ling. Ah, here's my guest now. My latest client with money to spend. Jesus Christ, like I'm a person that can spend money, but I'm not a person that says, oh, with money to spend. I feel like I really want to do like a lot of 3D printing, but my 3D printer is broken. I really want to buy a new one. There is a few cheap ones, and the cheapest is literally around the same amount as the wireless sound system. I kind of feel for wanting to get one of those some days, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna hold back. But like, it is expensive, but still it's like the cheapest. I remember you. We met you 8 days ago. In the last trial. Mr. Sholmes. Mr. Herlock Sholmes. Oh, please, oh, please. Please find my husband. He's run away. It's to upset me. Oh, like, what? It kind of reminds me a bit of Cathriel from the other game, because it's literally like, oh, it's just something like that. Isn't it anything more exciting? He really just wants the exciting stuff, isn't it? Doesn't he? I beg your pardon. Never mind. A personal matter. My apologies. Because it's kind of fun. Your husband had run away. It sounds so strange, because when it says run away, I can just think like, what the hell have you done to him? Because yes, if you would come in and say like his husband is like cheating on you, or you suspect him to cheat on you, that's one thing. But run away? That's like, I don't know what sort of thought just comes up. It's just like, what have you done to him? Like, what? Why would he want to run away? What's the matter, Susato? Oh, it's just the gentlewoman. I feel sure I've seen her somewhere before. Yes, I know. 8 days ago. Yes, now you come to mention it. It's one of the jury members. As I explained earlier, my name is Evie Vigil. Jesus, I literally got a flashback from Devil May Cry, actually. I know his name is Virgil, but that's very close to Vigil. Holy crap. That was a boss and a half. It kind of fun though that someone tried to backseat me, but I was so into the game, I kind of fucking neglected that. Oh, fucking brilliant. Also, it's a bit difficult to try and backseat someone when they cannot really do what you're trying to tell them. Because it's literally like what you have to do is change the sword, change to this and do that. Like in that game, I could not be capable of both changing style, sword, melee weapon and range weapon at the same time and be able to do something. Like I could mentally not handle that. Yo, hold on, how do you pronounce that? Stickwise. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but that's how I can pronounce it. Stickwise, welcome to the stream. Hello. I'm just gonna look closer here because I just want to see like the little image. Oh, nice. But yeah, welcome, humble viewer, to the stream I'm holding here in our little kingdom in the corner of Twitch. Grab yourself some drink and some good snacks, and I do hope you enjoy the stream. Being offered a case to solve is a reward enough. Bullshit, you literally just said that you wanted to disappear. You did not want to have anything to do with this. Yeah, like literally that game, the only thing I had was... Yeah, I do love all... I've only played the main games, but I do love all the main games of the Ace Attorney. This is the first time I ever played this because I did start playing it when it came out, didn't I? No, wait, I think I played something first, but I bought this when it came out, so I could play it when I had time. I trust you will remember your word. I trust you will remember your words also. If I might inquire, sir. This gentleman and lady would be... me? Yes, it is me. It is I. It is I, Leclerc. Fuck, like... I have a series called Allo Allo, and I do love that series. And each time I think about It Is I just think about Leclerc all the time. He's always like trying to just blend in by people as a parrot seller, garlic seller, painter, I don't know. And each time he's trying to show that it's him, he always like lifts up his glasses like, it is I, Leclerc. I love it. It's an old classic. I love it. These are my friends. I assure you, you may say before this pair anything which you may say to me. I see. I can vouch for the gentleman personally, after all. He's a hard of hearing. Are you saying that I cannot hear what you're talking about? Well, that's... okay. Okay, Mrs. Vigil. Forgive me asking, Mrs. Vigil, but have we met somewhere before? Quite recently, perhaps. Oh my. My dear fella, what is your intention? Clearly you have no ability to differentiate the facial features of the English. If you wish to invite the lady to tea, you must do so in a more gentlemanly fashion. But is it possible that you're the nice young lawyer from the trial I attended last week? Yes, it is. As I do love they call me nice, I'm pretty certain all of them is staring daggers at me at some point. Yep, there she is. And still at some point you wanted to find him guilty. I didn't quite recognize her because she's acting so differently now. Well, personally I cannot see that. It must be very difficult for you as a lawyer, being hard of hearing, I mean. I have not... Pardon? Oh dear, I'm so sorry. Don't worry if you can't hear. It was a frippery really, nothing more.
And now look what you started, Mr. Sholmes. Thank you very much. What is your idea of telling that I'm deaf? I believe it would be prudent for you to sit quietly in the corner. Yes. Okay, so what about Mr. Virgil? Why would he want to escape you? Tell us about your husband, madam.
Mr. Virgil, Mr. Daly, is 40 years of age.
Oh, I cannot even see the image here because I'm covering this game with my chat and I'm covering the image with my image. I don't think I've seen him before. I do not believe I've seen him before. How long have you been married?
It will be 15 years this year. We have a cordial relationship and my husband's income is more than equivalent, so we live quite comfortably.
As it would appear. I need only to look at you to know these things. Hat, dress, necklaces, earring, ring. Everything just screaming fancy. Your dress is the latest style. Your hat clearly regularly groomed and your eyes are animated. And huh? Yeah. What? Your eyes are animated. Your eyes are animated too, technically, but what are you talking about? In short, you have no inkling as to why your husband might have disappeared, correct?
That's right. He's a kind man with a strong sense of loyalty, and he rather dotes on me.
Which would point to the possibility that has been become embroiled in some incident or other. Don't talk out of your ass before you actually manage to get these people not fear for their life.
Oh, that is exactly what I fear must have happened, Mr. Sholmes. I'm quite beside myself.
Also, if I would stutter sometimes, it's because in my days now, trying to study how to program an FBX exporter and converter. So if I seem to just read completely wrong, it's because I read a lot of like programming in the days. So for some reason, I cannot read or write any longer.
My husband's employment is somewhat unusual, you see. What if he's incurred some miscreant's ill will?
What is he working with then? That's a very good question. What exactly is your husband's line of work?
He's a warder at the prison.
That's... Yeah, technically, like, if something bad would happen, and something bad would really happen. A guard, that's somewhat unusual. He's a prison warder. I would say warden, but apparently it's a warder. So, your husband is a prison warder.
That's right, yes. Well, in actual fact, he's the chief warder.
So he's the warden. Indeed, I see. Well, chief prison warder certainly qualifies as something of a specialist occupation. That is true.
Yes, it does indeed. My poor husband must be prepare those dreadful punishments and see that they are carried out.
I am worried that this is tied to the case 8 days ago, because we realized that the professor was never executed. He was shot afterwards, but he was never executed. That was a false report. So that means that he was around that time, and now I'm worried that something has to do with that.
And at such times, he must occasionally spend a night or two in the prison dormitory. But for that extra responsibility, he is remunerated more handsomely than the other warders. Of course, we make no mention of my husband's work to the neighbors.
Ah, yes. I believe your prudence is justified. Tell me, at what prison is your husband engaged?
Barclay Prison, Mrs. Sholmes.
Really? Barclay? Ah, a fine establishment.
Oh, hello there, man.
No, you just saw that was the same person like before.
Oh yes, that's correct. Lowgate Cemetery. So, Lowgate Cemetery.
No. Yeah. The very place we were discussing in court. That's unbelievable. Unbelievable, my dear fella. Evie. Yeah, Evie Vigil. Which, as I said before, more or less reminds me of Virgil. I don't trust her. Totally just comes in. I don't trust her. Bad vibes, not gonna lie. Holy crap. Oh, good god. Also, I know something that you and Nine are going to like each other, Turtle Girl, because he enjoys Van Siegs as well. I hear RR, that's why. Oh. Like, next time Neon is streaming, I am gonna say that at least him and I think I've heard it mostly there, but I can never use the name Nico like from the Sunday's playthrough, because I was playing Valkyria Chronicles and there is a person there called Nico. And I cannot take that name seriously now. And I'm not gonna say why, because it would be obvious after me spending time with so many VTubers, especially Neon, to know why. Yeah, Mr. Legs. We should form a Six fan club, I love that. Yeah, legs at the table and drinking wine. Either drinking it, throwing it, or just spilling it everywhere. At the same time, he has like kegs of it, so I don't think he's like worried at all. So, the matter of your husband's disappearance. When did you realize he was missing?
Please try not to laugh. It was yesterday.
I'm sorry. Yesterday. Really, it's recent. Laughably so.
Truth is, my husband does at the time have occasions to spend the night away from his work. It's not at all of the ordinary for him to not return home at night, but this time is different. For him not to make any contact for a whole day, that has certainly never happened before.
Wait, you realized yesterday? So I'm guessing that the day before you did not see your husband because he was working, not the night, and the day after you realize he's not coming back today. Huh. My dear Mrs. Vigil, please calm yourself. Now then, have you contacted the police?
Why, naturally, but sadly, they refuse to listen to my pleas as my husband has only been missing for one day. I have asked to wait patiently at home.
I can understand in a way, because it might just be that some people are just worried and call the police because someone might be missing and they just come home later like, oh yeah, I was just a bit lost and got some milk or something, I don't know. But still just like, oh yeah, he might be missing, but wait patiently, like, okay, like, that's also bad. In truth, Mrs. Vigil, I concur with the police. However, let us not be hasty. I see no reasons why we should not engage my deductive powers to track your husband down anyway.
Oh, thank you, Mrs. Sholmes.
And furthermore, let me assure you, a chance to solve the greatest problem known to man for another month has not bearing on my decision. Yes, because he calls the greatest problem to man rent. Yeah, as I still say, I cannot go against that thought. But still, I literally just started talking about evolution of man. Man comes from apes. And on that conclusion, the worst problem for man was rent. I was like, I'm pretty certain you skipped a few, like, evolutions there.
You have my eternal gratitude. I shall pay you any sum you care to mention.
Don't say that. Don't say that. He will, like, grab as much as he can carry. Thank you for everything you have shared with us, Mrs. Virgin. I believe I have all the information I need to begin my investigation.
Oh, please report to me soon with good news, sir.
Sorry, I kinda got stuck in my throat. Fear not, madam. In a day or two, I shall begin contacting you with a heartening report. I'm quite sure. For some reason, when I thought of report and stuff, I kind of reminded myself of ECG, which is another team member that I might actually commission her to make more emotes. At least 3, because though I am a student, I'm not trying to do too much pricey. And an emote is $10 each. So it is $30 per emote. Which I can understand, like, I cannot complain about the price at all. What I complain about is my economy. Which technically isn't bad, but I don't want to just waste money. And here I'm sitting talking about dealing with some 3D printer as well. But I just feel I need some more emotes. I only have one, and it's a homemade one. I'm still gonna keep my one because it's ridiculous. But I also want some professional ones as well.
I can't thank you enough, Mrs. Sholmes. You've been simply marvelous.
Why are you staring at me when you say that? You literally stared at Sholmes before.
You know, I think it every time, Hurley. But how do you come out with such nonsense? Good news in a day or two, are you sure?
I can't be sure, of course. But then I did not swear on it. I merely gave the good woman some hope. I hope to be able to give her good news, one might say. Okay, fair point, in a way. After all, the rent must be paid by the end of the day tomorrow. If by that time I've succeeded locating Mr. Vigil, we shall be mutually relieved. So what you're talking about is not just good news for you, it's good news for her. It's also good news for you. Alright, this dude, like, holy crap. Well, my dear fella, did you hear the details of the case?
Yes, my hearing's surprisingly good, actually.
Excellent. And what did you make of it?
Well, I was surprised to learn where her husband worked. At Barclay Prison, I mean.
Ah, so you noted that.
Seriously, we've been talking to Kazuma, whose father is literally the professor who got sentenced to death at that prison but came back to life because he was not executed but got shot instead. Yes, we more or less know about that place very well. I am not gonna do his voice because first of all, this is a memory. Second of all, his voice kills me, even though I did actually enjoy doing his voice because I did think it fits him well. Also, I'm gonna have a cookie. I'm trying not to take too big bites, but it is a bit doughy in the middle, so it kind of becomes like that. Also, I have like dumpling in it. I don't think I hit one of them. And now a warder from the prison was mysteriously disappeared. You will see him. It's all very peculiar.
Indeed, but nothing you can handle, I'm quite certain, Miss Naruto.
Also, Turtle Girl, I apparently we have realized now
after talking to this guy, that he actually was supposed to, he did lie about Kazuma's death because he was unconscious and it was for such a long time it might have actually been deadly. But apparently he woke up and because of that long time he got amnesia. But Sholmes here actually set him off to Hong Kong, but he disappeared there. And apparently Lord Strongheart managed to get in a note about an unknown Asian fellow that apparently had got on board a steamship and gotten to Britain. But no passport and no name. So because he didn't know what to do with him, he actually put him under the care of Van Ziek so he could have an eye on him. So apparently no one really hid any big secret to us, other than they did not just know. Because from his point of thought, Kazuma might have died from that, and it was not meant for him to send him to England. It was meant for him to send him off in Hong Kong, but he disappeared there and somehow came back to Britain. But aren't you going to go yourself? Surely you needn't ask. I can't possibly be seen with this hair. You did. You are. Am I allowed to say twat? Because I feel that's the word that comes up in my mind when I think about him. But didn't you go to Lime Street with that hair? That was quite a different matter. So I'll leave you in your capable hands. Now, if you excuse me, I'm rather busy. Are you gonna shave off your hair or something? I like sometimes his brain is like a... I don't know, like what is the hastiest... I would say squirrel. I would say the squirrel we once knew. Because squirrels can be hasty, they can be just absolutely weird sometimes, they can run everywhere, like just back, forth, or whatever they want. But I knew, when I was young, a mental squirrel that was never afraid of humans. And didn't care a shit. First point was when we had a birthday at our house. And the goddamn squirrel knew there was a lot of people inside the house. And still he went to the window and started scratching on it. The bugger wanted to get into the house. Another time when my father was clipping the grass, he literally was just crawling up and I either was sitting on the lawnmower or either on my father somewhere, because I'm pretty certain it was close. Then it came together with other squirrels and took some cookies while we was having just a coffee outside on a blanket. That clock though. Yikes. But yeah, so the other squirrels took a cookie and ran away. That mental one literally just took a cookie and sat down with us. It was just having company. Like, I love that squirrel, but there was something wrong with it. And I feel like that's kinda Sholmes. Like, it's like a squirrel. His mind is everywhere, but not really at the place it's supposed to be. Oh, you don't know what sort of voice I'm gonna give this guy. I'm gonna wait until he actually turns around and faces me. He feels like a... For some reason, I think... Why are you worried about us? And also, for some reason, I kinda got of the more beefier Gaston for some reason. Just because of like how it looks around here and a bit of his face. But... Do you kid know who I am? I'm the governor, Barricade... Yes, it's a pleasure. I'm Rinosuke Naruto, defensive lawyer. I see. Does that mean? Yes, I'm visiting student of law from Empire of Japan, and don't worry, I'm not gonna kill people. Japan, did he say? Yes. For some reason, that's more or less the only voice I can make. I don't know if I can make another one for him. Well, there's no way any of your kind in here, laddie. Maybe you should try the prison next door, eh?
We're not looking for inmates. I didn't notice another prison next door, sir.
Anyway, we came to ask you some questions about... Not that I like to be so direct, but... I no intention speaking with the likes of you, suspicious looking Easton. Now get out of my hair. Jesus. This is gonna be a tough one to can read sometimes. I'm trying to figure out what sort of animal managed to get him from behind, especially so far up on the head. And for some reason, the only thing that comes in mind is a bald eagle. I don't know why. I'm just thinking of a bald eagle trying to get his head or something.
I think it's because of the professor case.
You think so too? 10 years ago, Genshin Asogi, also known as the professor, was incarcerated at this prison. And then after his execution, he apparently re-emerged from his grave in a cemetery behind the prison. I might have known. Sniffing around about that case. What is that? Okay, I'm fine. About that case, aren't you? You were agents, eh? Part of the professor's great web, no doubt. I have no idea what sort of voice I just gave him. Get gone with you before I punch your life out. We're going. I thought first I had something else other than those. Unless you can somehow prove this man there's nothing suspicious about it.
Governor Caden. What are you thinking, Mr. Sato? I'm very sure that name came up in the conversation recently somewhere. I was wondering if whoever mentioned him might have some ideas to help us.
I don't remember. Yeah, it was a flying squirrel took him. Yeah, it was a flying squirrel that actually took some part of his hair. You're absolutely right about that, Nine. Okay, so who exactly talked to us? I don't remember anyone talking about anyone. Oh, he's there. I can check with this guy. Oh, that's Professor Mikotobak. Also, I say Mikotobak because tobacco is literally just tobak in Swedish. No. How the fuck do you mention it? Tobacco in Swedish is tobak. Jesus. So that's why I say Mikotobak and not perhaps tobacco or even his name. Ah, yes, you two. I was just taking a moment to catch up on the world now that I'm unpacked. Where's Judge Jigoko? Yes, it's not the relaxing sort. He's taking himself off to pay his respect to all the legal bigwigs.
Alright. Having only just arrived in the country today, goodness, he's full of energy.
Professor, you mentioned something before about you know the prison governor at Barclay Prison. Governor Kaiden, you mean? Yep, that's the same man.
Father, we must speak with the governor. But he refused to talk to us. He said we were suspicious Eastons.
Well, I am sure if I accompany you, it would be a very different story. Oh, would you? That'd be wonderful. If you have time now. Sadly, as you can see, I'm very busy at the moment.
Busy drinking coffee on a comfortable seat.
But no, I have a rather lot of prepared tomorrow, you know. I have kind of forgot the time. Oh, holy crap. Oh, sorry. I didn't say that out loud, did I? I know now who Susato come more or less get that from. You Mikotobaks are alarmingly good at reading people's thoughts.
Or could it be that you Narahudos are alarmingly bad at hiding your thoughts?
Let's not fall all out now. I have an idea. What's he writing on a piece of paper? It's a death threat. But here's a letter of introduction for you. Hopefully, when he sees my name, he'll change his tune. Thank you. Either that or just rip it apart. What did you take that from? Because it's already thorned. Good luck, then. Huh, I'm gonna check that out because it looks a bit odd just because it's already thorned. Blackbird line. Is this his ticket? Oh, it looks like this is some sort of steamship ticket. Yeah, it is. The SS Gruis. First class cabin. Nice.
Yokohama departure, 11th September, London arrival, 1st November.
Ah, that's the boat of Professor Mikotoba and Judge. Oh, sorry. Yugoku came on from Japan, isn't it?
Yes, I think it's called Dunkirk, on the north coast of France, for a night before finally arriving in Dover.
SS Börja with Mr. Beef Stroganoff. I'm not joking, there is a person named that. Also, I don't know how I sometimes get that squeaky voice because I could hear how my voice came there when I said that. My voice is a mystery.
Yes, I agree. I have mine safely in my diary.
And I keep mine in my wallet, so if I have it with me all the times. Oh well, how strange. Where could it have gone? Did you lost your ticket? I don't know why this would be. Are we gonna protect Mr. Miko Tobacco or Mr. Tobak or the judge? Because that was literally just something we've learned about where we have been. And we're supposed to go here. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna present you with this. Why did I pressed the wrong button? Could you just cast your eye on this, Governor Caden? What's that then? Can I pull the wool over my eyes? You good for nothing Japanese student? Or is one of them going to be the culprit? Yeah. Either false culprit, I would say, because that, like, we literally got proof about, and like behind it was the steamboat ticket, which means that has the time, well, mostly the date of where they were. So I just feel like that has some use for later, which means that we either have to protect the judge or Miko Tobak, because they are gonna be seen as the culprit. Miko Tobak. That's young Jock from the forensic laboratory. That Miko Tobak. Yes, exactly, him.
Oh dear, perhaps I should have said something sooner. I'm Eugene Mikotobak's daughter, Susato.
Jinx, you're really the young man's daughter? Didn't I think to mention that before? Jesus. I want to say how I say things, but I want to try and do it in the way they say, so when I try to read, it's just like, you forgot a letter! I will. You'd best keep a seat then. Can I offer you a cup of tea then, perhaps? That biscuit and teacup is so small with thought of his, like, holy crap, like, first of all, like, look at my cookie. Like, if you think of this, oh Jesus, this is crumbling. This is like twice as big. This used to be. That thing! That's like the cutest thing ever for a guy like this. I'm pretty certain that tea will be drunk up in just one sip. And then I forgot to try one of these wee handcuff biscuits. I do. Handcuff biscuits, that's absolutely adorable. Literally, like, yeah, we have a prison and we have handcuffed biscuits. Like, yes. Your father's influence is nothing sort of amazing.
I'm a bit bitterly regretting not announcing who I was from the outset now.
That clock is kind of menacing. I cannot stop look at it. So now then, what I can do for you then?
Well, we're currently investigating a case.
It's one of your warders, you see. It's gone missing. Missing?
That's right. It's surely been reported to you as well, being the prison governor.
Haven't I heard nothing of the sort? There's no missing person in my prison.
Oh. It's Mr. Daily Vigil, your chief warder.
Vigil? That's right, his wife came to ask us to investigate his disappearance. Yeah, at least you got missing yesterday. Yeah, something happened.
Would you be so kind to tell us what you know, sir?
Aye, of course. I don't know why I'm so fidgety each time I'm trying to do a voice. I cannot sit still when I do a voice. It's like my whole body want to like move around to be able to like show my like use like motion to do voice as well. We understand that, Mr. Vigil. I'm so hard to say Vigil because I want to say Virgil. Each time I see Vigil, I want to say Virgil. That's why I'm like stuttering each time I say that. He's the chief warder here at the prison. Aye, that he was. Strong sense of responsibility and dedicated to the job. No doubt about that. He was a fine warder. Was. Yeah, what do you mean by was? Aye, it does not work here no more. He left the job.
Why would you... Oh my.
When was this exactly? Oh, I thought he was actually combing his mustache. That's a question. What was it about? About? Can I have been much less than...
10 years ago?
What the...
Wait, 10 years ago?
That was when shit started to stir around. Oh my god. This prison is not gonna help us.
10 years ago?
Aye, as I mind it, you can. I haven't heard the fellow's name in a while, in all that time. I was worried if he's gone missing though. But Mrs. Vigil made no mention of it.
I think perhaps, Miss Naruto, that his wife simply doesn't know.
Yikes, I don't think you ever is gonna hide shit like that from your wife. Where the hell does he get his money from? That's a question now. It's interesting having full knowledge about what happened in the game and watching it again. Of course, I won't spoil this great game. If he combs as much as he would, I would suspect him of as the next culprit. Yeah, a bit, perhaps. But yeah, often when I know that someone is streaming a game I might play, sometimes I do not watch it. But it depends on, like, I've watched people play Elden Ring, but it's kind of like the story is not fully as like this, so it's not too much of a spoiler in a way. But yeah, I do hope you enjoyed the stream at least 9. Yes, I believe it might be. What are you thinking, Miss Naruto? I can't help but wondering, given that it was 10 years ago, which was exactly when the professor was being held at this prison.
So Mr. Vigil actually resigned from the position of chief warden 10 years ago, you're telling us. What happened to make him leave the job?
In actual fact, he didn't leave the job willingly. He had no choice in the matter. You mean he was dismissed? Also called fired. It was after a particular war. sorry. A walk. Oi! That or wood. Wood in here. A walk to the gallows. Walk to the gallows. Right. Sometimes difficult to do use some voices sometimes. Jesus. It's the job of the chief warden to prepare the gallows. 3. Another oversee and the executions, you see. Only Vigil did something unthinkable. To make a last walk, he was manning. I kind of have like sort of a lisp to this guy, but sometimes it doesn't work really. I'm sorry, but can I reveal that information? But if I can tell you, it's very rare for a chief warden to be relieved of his post. But why wouldn't Mrs. Vigil know about it? She appears to be under the impression that her husband still works here. Why wouldn't I keen anything about that? I'm afraid. About?
Can you perhaps answer one more question about the circumstances of his dismissal?
What would that be then?
That last execution that Mr. Virgil was responsible for overseeing. Was it by any chance the professor's?
Yeah, because a lot of shit happened there. Even the coroner actually falsified his death report. I'm sorry, I really am. But I'm no liberty to answer that. I see. Okay, so Professor Mikatobak.
My father came to Britain all those years ago in order to study forensic medicine. But you seem to have been well acquainted.
Did that room, the prison, and the cemetery have a lot to do with one another? After all, they need fresh corpses for the forensic research. Do you keen? Yes, I can imagine. I'm pretty certain we heard that last stream. Or the stream before that.
Advancements of medical science isn't always particularly palatable.
Your father worked in the laboratory just on the fourth side of the graveyard. In the basement of Mr. Sinneth is still in use today. Saint Sinneth. That's come up before, I'm sure. Because I feel like if I just do his voice without a lisp, it kind of just becomes like any other voice I've done before. Mikatobak is an oath that used to ride in a carriage together, negotiate terms. For more fresh material, I suppose. Aye, we used to sit there for hours and gab on about dissections and all sorts. Oh, it takes me back. Takes me back. If I do more of a like sound, perhaps. I'm still trying to like experiment with his voice. Or a pot of tea and a plate of cuff biscuits, of course.
How charming.
I do love those biscuits. Adorable. Was a good fella, your father. Reliable and dead set on his work. But I'm afraid I'll never understand you Japanese. You're Japanese. Yeah, they kind of took the country by the storm. Well, I couldn't tell you anything else.
Thank you so much for your time, Governor.
Oh, one more thing, before you're away then. I'm sure I have it here somewhere. He has an axe on his belt. I just realized he has an axe on his belt. Oh, what's that? I don't know. Oh, I found it. Yeah, take this as a weird souvenir of your visit to the prison.
What is it?
That's Vigil's dismissal note. It's 10 years old now, of course.
Well, he did actually say he cannot give any information to why, how, or what he was doing. But it doesn't mean he's not allowed to literally show us the paper that he was actually fired. Are you sure?
Aye, it's no trouble at all. It's not original, mind.
Thank you very much, Governor Caden. Well, then return. Do me a favor and never come back here. That case is closed. That case is closed. Well, we don't technically we don't have a reason to come back here anyway. If you say he was fired, then he's not here. Yes, I agree. We need to report back to Mr. Sholmes with what we found about the Mr. Vigil. I was about to say Virgil again. Okay, so before that, I'm gonna check this out. Chief Warder Daily Vigil is relieved by his post with immediate effect for having violated Clause 132 of Her Majesty's Code of Conduct for Prisons. All rights to redundancy pay and other financial benefits are fully revoked. Okay. Aiding and abetting the escape from this prison of convict just prior to his execution. Detail of his escape are still being investigated. Full cooperation with Acquired will be expected. Prison Governor Barry Caden. Additional notes, indications are that the jailbreak plot was convinced prior to the convict's incarceration. It's believed that the convict engaged in some form of negotiation with prison staff in order to secure assistance. Full disclosure of information regarding these negotiations will be demanded. Okay. Understandable. If you find something like that, you want to know more how many people actually are connected to this. We're back! Not gonna do a voice until I know who it is.
I thought you would have been back before long, so I baked some scones for us.
Well, I don't have a scone, but I do have a cookie. First of all, I had one thought. Now I have two. Sholmes, you have to stop doing that. You are breaking my train of thought with your bullshit. Okay, so I actually have a silicone form. I thought of making chocolate balls with, more or less, which is gonna be like Keiko bombs for hot milk and stuff. It did not work because they got stuck on them, and I could not get them out before they actually got destroyed as well. But now I just thought, what if I make scones or small bread-like stuff in those? That would be amazing! I really feel for doing that now. Holy crap. I'm gonna do that some weekend, I believe, when I actually have more time. Sure, I actually had time to bake today, but still, I feel like weekends are better for doing stuff like that. Might just do that. Oh, that would be brilliant.
Hello, Mr. Sholmes.
Say nothing. Your thoughts are written all over your faces in any case. It turns out that it may have been advisable to test my hair color restoration tonic before application. Well, it restored something because I'm pretty certain that has seen either the north side of the globe or either heaven. I don't know. Jesus. I don't know if I'd like the red more of this one because this is kind of like bright. Pray tell, what of our warden friend? Have you garnered some new information? Oh, yes, something very surprising in fact. Though it's not a patch on your hair, to be honest.
It most certainly isn't, but still, we discovered that...
Who the hell? Oh!
Drop everything, Sholmes. This is more important.
Hi, Gina?
I killed Adam and Eve.
What's happened? What has happened? It's like each time I have seen Gina cry, she hid her face. Because she doesn't really care what people think. But she's literally straight up crying right now. What is happening? Clearly a very grave matter indeed. For Miss Lestrade made no mention of my hair whatsoever. Oh, for fuck's sake. Sholmes, you asshole. Wait. Don't tell me that the guy is... Hold on, do I have him here? I don't have him here. Don't test it, Gregson. I kind of forgot his name because I won't say Lestrade, but she's Lestrade. What has happened to Gregson? Came when he had red, left when he had blue. Love that. But yeah, no problem, Tar Girl. Have a good evening, and I'll hopefully see you next stream, which will be... What the fuck was I playing? Oh, you're right. I was playing Latent Mysteries.
The boss is... Hayes is dead.
Oh, that's... I don't like to see her with this, like this, to be honest. Oh, the fuck? We have known that guy for 1.5 game. Are we killing that guy now? Inspector Gregson. He was murdered?
No, not Grexy.
Come in, my dear girl. Tell us the whole story. I am like... I'm kind of getting like bad goosebumps right now. Also because it's getting a bit cold in here. It's like 3 degrees Celsius outside. I have my window open. Are you serious, Gina? Inspector Gregson was... He really was shot.
I don't know much about what happened myself yet. They're still there investigating the scene.
Well, I was wondering who was gonna die this time. I didn't expect him to be the one. Where did this all take place? Where did this all take place? Sorry, I almost made wrong voice there. Yeah, I know about the follower stuff, but don't worry. I will not be able to see that anymore. I don't care about buying followers. I've never bought followers. I did a stupid thing where, like, you followed someone, they followed back. Sometimes. I don't know how many I gained on that, but it was like, perhaps 10 or something like that. I don't remember fully, but it was like stupid like that. Then I remember Turtle Girl shared on a Reddit my channel, and I got like 100. So I believe just because of that, and the one with I do like follow stuff, which is stupid. I do not recommend doing that. Follow people you enjoy, and let people that enjoy you follow. But I'm pretty certain that though I have around 140, 340, I would say like at least 150, 100 of those are rather empty. Some I've not seen in a long while, actually. I know, remember someone, I believe, called Caden Wagon Wheel that was here when I played Twilight Princess, which was years ago. But some I've not seen in a long while. That's strange. The boss wasn't good to me. I know I'm ain't up to much yet, but when I was gonna show him, I was gonna show him I'd become a proper detective. I really hate her I really hate to see her like this. I'm not joking. Because she's always like this, very like... She's always steady on her feet, but she looks like she's about to crumble. So, who did this? Do you have an idea who the culprit is? I got him already. Already? Caught a shooter so soon? I was reported that something was going on, and the boys got straight down and they took care of him. Who's the awful person who did this? I still can't believe it myself. Excuse me, fucking what? The Reaper! Are you having a laugh? Wait, do you mean Van C? Oh my god, shit is going down. Yeah, this is the first, like, I know people have talked about the Reaper before. Like, oh, the Reaper just kills everyone that needs to more or less escape their real fate. But to actually hear the Reaper, as in not just the embodiment of like the curse, well, the curse itself, but like him himself. Wait a minute, you don't mean they arrested Van Seeks for it? Oh, that's right. That's the Reaper bloke's gone and shot the boss. Lord Van we literally saw him this morning. He did work for Lord Strongheart. Are you quite sure, Miss Lestrade? It's Barak Van Seeks the police have arrested. Yeah, it was a flying squirrel. He was about to shoot a flying squirrel and miss it. I saw it with my own eyes. In the interview room at the yard. I don't believe it. Well, there were witnesses. And they're all saying it was him. So you mean there were actually multiple witnesses? He heard a gunshot, apparently. When our lot got to the scene, it was only the boss and the Reaper bloke in the room. There's no way Lord Van Seeks would have taken Gregson's life. What in the world? I'm gonna nail that squirrel. I'm making sure that squirrel is getting to the prison. Thank you for informing us, Miss Lestrade. This is really the most terrible news. I am dreadfully sorry. What are you saying sorry for? You didn't do nothing. Well, anyway. Oh, well, wrong voice. I'm taking a cab over to the scene right now. Yeah, we're gonna both help Van Seeks, making sure that he was not the one doing it. And we're gonna help find Gregson's real murderer. We're gonna do both at the same time, don't worry. It's the detective's lot to appear whenever some sinister plot has unfolded. Little wonder we were all looking haggard. Sometimes these things are almost too much for the nerves. Mr. Sholmes? What use is there to being a great detective if I have failed to see something like this coming, hmm? Yeah, we're gonna help Van Seeks, don't worry. I'm pretty certain he's not gonna allow it. But we are gonna help him. Miss Narhood, I shall leave at once to begin my investigation. Yeah, of course, yes, we will too. It would be helpful if you could talk to Mr. Reaper and see what you can glean. I'm sure we're intending to do this so anyway. Until later, then. Jesus, that was out of nowhere. I do love that she hasn't cried yet. She's younger than Gina. And she's literally like writing about Gregson as well in her books. She's like holding up the best of it all here.
Bruno, Susie, I've called you a handsome. It's waiting outside.
Thanks, Iris. Shall we, Mr. Sato? Yeah, we're going directly. Move it. Let's move it. Okay. Yeah, I know. The prison has been added. Sorry, I am covering his face. And my... Oh, Jesus, what am I moving at right now? What the fuck is that? There you go. Now we can see his face. I was Van Seeks a moment ago. It was I. It was I in disguise. Also, I'm gonna move that there because he's literally where my chat was. Hi there. He looks very calm for what's going on here. What are you reading?
So it's true. He really was arrested.
He's sitting with his back to the wall. Yes, beautiful face. You blocked. Yeah, I blocked his face.
I was literally like, where is he? And then I just noticed his leg underneath my chat. I was like, how much am I actually covering? You're like, oh. Well, technically, I was actually about to see how he was looking. And I just realized I'm covering his face. Like, oh, that's not good. Lord Van Six? I know you're not really happy to see us. Fancy meeting you. But you... That was probably the coldest joke I've heard in a place like this. The last place on Earth I'd like to be. With the last person on Earth I'd like to see. I couldn't very well not come. We heard what happened. That Inspector Gregson was... Go home. This has nothing to do with you. But...
Forgive me, Lord Van Six, but I must disagree. Inspector Gregson was very helpful to us on a number of occasions. We are indebted to him, at the very least. We owe it to him to find out the truth about this death. He must help us with our investigation, please.
There's really nothing I can tell you. Or were you just reading at the back of the cell there? Was it something related to the case? This. The yard isn't quite so cavalier with this information as to share case details with a suspect. I do wonder how much tolerance he has. It probably depends on like how many chalices he drinks. I'm also about to say glasses. He never drinks from a glass. He drinks from a chalice.
Oh, what might that be?
Also, can I check? No, I cannot check that letter. Someone you know, as it happens. Albert Harebrain. Of course, yes. I keep forgetting that we went to the same... They went to the same university. And I would like to read my correspondence in peace. So let's get this over, shall we? What is it that you want to know? Strange. I mean, let's face it, Lord Van Six never minches his words. But they seem to have less bite than usual somehow. Well, technically, we are defense lawyers. It's not like you can just piss off. We're trying to help him here. And I think he wants help. Not from his own sake, but from Gregson. Not from, but for. Sorry, I more or less mispronounced it, that one. Can you at least tell us your side of the story, Lord Van Six? What happened? How much do you already know?
We know that the inspector was shot dead in a small rented room on Frenso Street. Frenso.
And that you were found there by the police when they arrived on the scene and immediately arrested.
We were told that there were nobody else in the room and that some witnesses heard a gunshot.
Then you're well informed. And there is really nothing I can add. The truth is, I don't know what happened myself. To be honest, the thing you talked about wine before, I'm starting to guess that more or less what happened. You just got drunk. But the gunshot. Obviously you didn't fire the gun, did you? I'm not in the habit of shooting people I work alongside. I also heard a noise. However, before I had a chance to investigate, I was apprehended by the arriving officers. So he doesn't actually know what happened.
If I might ask, what were you doing in that place to begin with?
I don't need to answer that. It will help, but okay. After all, you're not represented. Dude, lawyers doesn't really want to represent anyone that goes against you. You're never not gonna get a lawyer if you don't get me. Alright, mate? Oh, I also realized what the time it is. Yeah, he was absolutely drunk.
But I actually have to stop here. It is